Been refereeing since he was 16. He joined the RFL's Grade 1 panel in 2023 and has become a regular referee at championship fixtures. Tonight he takes the big step up and we wish him the very best of luck. He's being ably assisted in the video booth by Aaron Moore. I had a nice little chat with him before the game. He's a very nice young man and he's about 6'6". I tell you what, there won't be too many players that'll be giving him any grief this evening.
Well, let's just hope that we're not mentioning his name too much, because he won't want that. The game should flow as these two sides lock horns here this evening.
Getting us off and underway, and it's Salford who immediately have first receipts of the ball, bringing it forward towards their own 10-metre line. Another tumultuous week in the history of Salford Red Devils as David gets this across and then through for the hands of Milnes, and they're off and on the way here, all the way up immediately through Nathan Connell. This is a lovely run down the right-hand side, and he's just about held back by the Catalan Dragons defence, but my word, they've been given a scare early doors.
Yeah, wonderful ball movement like the Salford of old. Throwing it from one side of the field to the other, really testing their edges. Neat kick here.
Lovely kick in towards the corner, everybody chasing after it. Chimambi did really well to try and keep the ball in play, but it is Nick Kotric who will come away with this one for the Dragons. After having been given a bit of a rude awakening, they've suddenly found themselves with ball in hand.
Yeah, the kick wasn't quite where it needed to be, a little bit further downfield, and the winger just couldn't quite take it in.
Mellor in the tackle for the home side as Alric da Costa waits just behind him. HMRC's winding up case suspended again, adjourned again this week for Salford Red Devils, so they live to fight another day, and at the very least will be able to, we hope, fulfil the rest of their fixtures for the rest of the season. Two more to come after this one, but I'm going to be interested to see, Kyle, how things will be affected from the back room position, because Kurt Haggerty, having left the club earlier this week as well, very much the general, the man on the side of Paul Rowley's shoulder for many years, not just here but at other clubs as well, and how that will affect the mood in the camp and the Salford players.
Oh, look, Ray, I think the players now are just used to it. It's almost a lottery to see who's going to be around at training the next week, but they'll deal with it. You know, they'll be, like I said, they'll be buoyant after that win last week, and for them, this is just another 78 minutes of rugby league that they're going to hope and try and get a result for their supporters.
Chimambi has just been hoisted up there, and he didn't like that at all. The challenge by Alric da Costa. The referee had already blown the whistle anyhow, but it was the afters that they weren't too keen on, the Salford players.
Yeah, a little bit of needle in there. Chimambi with the carry. And there's a little bit of pushing afterwards.
Is it da Costa? Yeah, all right. Yeah. Fellas have got the high tackle, let's stop running, okay? Time I come.
Well, a high tackle has been called by the referee for that on Chimambi, and then the afters as well.
Alric, be careful.
Now, the Salford player is not happy at all, but perhaps a statement of intent there from Alric da Costa that the Dragons may be out of the playoff places, but they're not coming here to lie down. They'll still be smarting after that defeat last week against Wigan. They gave it a real dig as they've come up with the as two knock-ons here by the looks of it. So the first one's going to be called back. They gave it a real dig against Wigan last week, but ended up on the wrong end of a big scoreline.
Yeah, they did. You know, physically they were there from the off, but, you know, at the end of the day, it was 40 points conceded, and it was just the quality. I mean, Bevan French took over. We saw glimpses of what Eckersley could do, and Jay Field in there as well. And in the end, it was just too much for a Catalan Dragon side, but it was a better and more spirited performance. Joel Tompkins even referenced that after the game.
Massive rebuilding job to be done at Catalan Dragons. Joel Tompkins, of course, having signed a contract and is going to be in charge next season, but 13 players going to be leaving at the end of the year. A couple of them, of course, calling it quits as far as their careers are concerned, but an awful lot more going to be leaving out the outdoor as Romain Navarrete comes forward for the Dragons. 10 metres from the Salford line at the moment as da Costa waits just behind him. Shapes to go one way, but then goes the other. Thought he was going to offload it there to Pangai Jr., but instead it's with Paul Seguier, who hasn't really gained much ground. But they've still got options here. They go to the left flank. Tisson with a little flick through. As it's Sirenen back out to da Costa again. Navarrete, quick hands from him, and he spilled the ball there. The referee has said carry on. because it went backwards. They're going chasing after it and picked up nicely. Well read there by Chimambi.
Yeah, it was a decent shot, wasn't it? The ball's deemed to have gone backwards into the hands of Da Costa. The kick goes through and Chimambi's there. Just sat in the pocket to collect that ball.
Salford then under a little bit of pressure deep inside their own half. Sangar, Seguier pushing up against him, and a first contact there between him and Tavita Pangai Jr., who is Warrington bound, of course, for next season. Here's Connell reeling away from the first defender, but then almost being brought back by Lenny Mark, who's making his debut for the Catalan Dragons this evening.
There's a little bit of
all the way
joy
back there for Guillermo Aspiro-Bichet.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of joy, isn't there, down that left side already. They've got on the outside of young Lenny Mark. Andy Smith in there too. Needs some masters with some neat ball movement.
A big banner being passed across the back of the stand away to our right-hand side from the Salford faithful, the spirit of 1873. At the moment, they were very much at the head of the protest march that was held before the game. I wouldn't like to necessarily estimate how many people were involved, but I'd say it was in the thousands, perhaps. And they were noisy, but it was all peaceful as far as the protest was concerned, showing a huge amount of frustration in terms of what's happened at Salford. Catalan Dragons trying to wriggle their way through with Benjamin Garcia just over the halfway line here as Tisson gets it away, and then a hoisted kick from César Rouget. Jack Walker had a brilliant game last week against Warrington, did a terrific job for Salford, as Mellor, one of the more experienced stalwarts in this side, of which there have been few this season. Connell out the back for Mellor. Down the line it goes for the home side. Leon Ruan held up on his own 20-metre line. They're finding it tough to try and get out of their own half here at this stage, Salford Red Devils. Ruan is brought down again. Sam Davies waiting just behind him. The ball in through the middle. As Davies waits again. It back out wide to his left-hand side, and Milne with a hoisted high kick again. A little bit of a tester this time for Aspiro-Bichet. Out towards Lenny Mark. And Salford hunting in packs here to try and push him out towards the sideline. It hasn't worked on this particular occasion, but the Dragons come away with it, feeding it back inside. Hugo Tisson waiting just behind. Tisson again, 40 metres, and a little no-look pass there from Pangai. Seguier brings it over the halfway line. Sangar in the tackle. Oh, lovely quick hands again. Benjamin Garcia managed to struggle away. Was that a forward pass? It was.
Yeah. And Garcia come up with a couple of offloads in the last two sets of the Dragons, and Garcia just pushes that one forward. The left edge of Salford. They're up and in and aggressive, so aggressive in fact that there's a number of Catalan players in acres of space on the outside. The offload from Garcia goes forward.
Okay, thank you.
And certainly a chance gone begging.
Neither side really able to carve open a major opportunity as of yet. Catalans have done a bit of knocking on the door, but Salford's defence has been equal to it in these early stages. Joel Tompkins, the head coach, keeping a close eye along with his backroom team.
And apart from that break in the first set down that right-hand side of the field with Salford ball in hand, the Dragons have pretty much dominated field position There goes Joe Mellor in behind the ruck. That's a great carry. He's away.
Terrific work from Mellor, and he's managed to find Connell away to his right-hand side. Connell racing for the corner. Oh, has he got the ball down? It's a beautiful flying fish finish, but it was also a great tackle. This will be a very difficult one, and without a doubt, no surprise that the referee on debut, Matty Lynn, has decided that he has to go to the video referee, Aaron Moore, to decide as to whether Salford have got the first try of the night.
Okay, it's tackle 2, and we have an on-field decision of no try. So looking at touch and grounding. So Connell is going towards the line, so we'll play it through here. Still play it through, his feet are in the field of play there. Look to still be up there. And we'll just go on the back angle here to see if it shows us more. Play this through. So Connell's still in possession, he's still in the field of play here. His feet are up there. They always look to be up. The boots, he's got the red boots on and they're always up. So we can look at the grounding now and see if he's got downward pressure on this ball. So we'll go back to camera 1 and we'll have a look at this. So we know that Connell is in the field of play. We're now looking to establish if he remains and keeps hold of the ball. He's got downward pressure. So we need to go back on this, go back. So we're looking to see if he's still got his hand on the ball. Oh, so I just want to look at our best angle on this. So looking, this is the best angle. We're looking at this angle here on the grounding now. So Connell's in possession of the ball. He's in possession, still in possession. And then his hand comes away from the ball there. You can see clearly, just go back again, his hand comes away from the ball and he drops it over the line. Thank you, I've seen all I need.
Well, I tell you what, congratulations to Matty Lynn with his first big decision of the game. He called it as a no try. We thought from where we were it probably was, but sure enough the video referee has seen that there is a bit of separation between the hand and the ball as it goes down, because that would have been the most incredible finish from Nathan Connell, and he managed to keep his hands on it.
Yeah, referee eagle-eyed, sent it up as a no try and was right to do so as well. Nathan Connell, after some wonderful work, cutting the Dragons open through the centre of the field from Joe Mellor in support, but just can't finish it off.
Right. It's a 20-metre restart and the Dragons have possession. They're on a 7-game losing run away from home, the Stade Gilbert Brutus. They failed to score first half points in 5 of those 7 games, but they certainly seem like they've come here with the attitude of getting heavily involved in these early stages. As Da Costa waiting behind Pangai Jr. Quick hands again from the Dragons. They do like to move the ball around as fast as they possibly can. Seguier over the halfway line. Da Costa again, just waiting behind him, calling for it quickly before the boot goes in from Cedar Rouget. And it's another tester for Walker, and he's done well under heavy surveillance from Nick Kotric.
Yeah, he does really well there, Fraser. Well, Kotric should be getting hold of Jack Walker from there. Chasing down a high kick. Walker does well to bounce and get rid of him and get more towards that central part of the field.
Jack Walker made 178 metres last week against Warrington in that fantastic win for the Red Devils. Pangai Jr. getting involved in the tackle along with Benjamin Garcia as Sam Davies just waits for the ball to reappear. What a slip there, and possession is coughed up.
Yeah, Harvey Wilson there loses his footing and loses the ball 30 metres away from the Salford try line.
Just lost his footing completely there, didn't he? Just slid through. Nathan Connell so close to opening the scoring for the Red Devils, but it wasn't to be.
Well, look, let's pay credit to Lenny Mark there. Just watch him at the top of your screen in the Dragon shirt, the winger. He keeps moving, accelerates, makes Connell try and go all the way around him, try and get it down in the littlest angle as possible. He does enough. The Dragons now come up with a mistake.
And the ball is turned over once again, and the Salford players, certainly seems to be a bit of a team spirit starting to be engendered in this Red Devils side now. You've got to give huge credit to Paul Rowley, the way that he's coached the side and got them to put in performances week in, week out in what have been incredibly difficult circumstances. 12 of the starting 13 from last week at Warrington starting tonight, and let's not forget Esen Masters back in the side. He will be a huge boost for everybody involved.
Yeah, missed the last 5, hasn't he? We looked at Salford at the start of the year, and with him and Laffey in the opposite centres, as carries the ball now, that's what he can do, Fraser. It's just they haven't had the quality in and around it to match.
Davis again then, as Mellor to his own 40, being pushed back by 3 Catalan Dragons players. Davis again, short running. Looks like a bit of a high tackle there from Seguier. But referee not calling that one. The fans certainly didn't like it. Sangar. Davis again. There's that tackle. Looked high. Referee didn't give that one.
Yep.
Connell wriggling away. It's like a bar of soap, isn't he? He's so difficult for the Dragons players to try and get his hands on. As they hoist another high one. This will ask a few questions, and it certainly has, but they've come up with the mistake there.
Yeah, Spiro Bichet, I said it last week, he's got this in his game as a fullback. You put him under pressure, you challenge him, you compete. He has these mistakes in him, the 19-year-old. It's a part of a game he has to clean up, Fraser, moving forward.
Yeah.
Because that is bread and butter for him, or it should be.
Well, as you say, he's still only 19 years of age, an awful lot of development to come. But certainly at this level, if you're going to be a consistent fullback, you've got to be able to pick up those sorts of balls.
And if the Dragons want to get back to where they've been in recent seasons, you're going to have to make sure that they defuse more often than not many more of those kicks.
It's going to be really interesting to see where the recruitment comes from for the Dragons over the course of the winter. As I say, 13 players going to be leaving.
Yeah. Look, I think Joel Tompkins will get his stamp on it. He's a proven winner. Make no mistake about it.
Davis for the home side. Quickly down the hands here. Ruan, low shot off goal to Derbyshire. And Jack Derbyshire gets the first try of the evening for the Salford Red Devils. They've been pushing hard down that right flank. For the first time they go down the left, and it brings them some success.
Well, they burst them open on the right-hand side. Joe Mellor cuts through the middle, and now it's the left edge. Jack Derbyshire, a try last week as well. He gets another one here tonight. You just see the ball movement there, goes out the back. The fade line there from Leon Ruan, and then a wonderful offload just to finish it all off. The change of angle, it's a poor attempt from Seguier. A low tackle, just a slight change of line. He gets over.
And it's well read from Jack Derbyshire to be in the right place at the right time and finish off for only his second Super League try of the season. Rowan Mills then with the opportunity to try and add the extras from a pretty difficult angle.
Yeah, he was fairly decent with the boot last week, wasn't he? 4 goals and a drop goal to his name. This is a difficult kick though. 22 metres out, 5 in from the side. And you can see the success probability. Got it down at 70%.
And it gives you an idea of the confidence that Rowan Mills has when he puts boot to ball. Salford fans here in number tonight and making plenty of noise as they support their team after what has been a tumultuous year. Milsden it is, who slides it beautifully in between the posts. That was picture perfect.
And a kick over the top there to increase the board from 4 to 6. I mentioned that the Dragons have had most of the sort of field position. It's the Red Devils who have just cut them open at will. A wonderful line there from Leon Ruan, finished off by Jack Derbyshire. 6-0.
And as we say, all the play had been down that right-hand flank from Salford, but pretty much the first time they went to the left, they managed to find a little gap there, so something that they can exploit a little more perhaps as the game goes on. In possession again then with Chimambi. Bring it back in through to the middle. Logan Lewis still with those war wounds from last week against Warrington, where he ended up with a bit of claret, and so he's got the headband on this evening again. Big tackle goes in there on Dan Russell. Davis waiting just behind him. With the offload, and Sangar. Pangai Jr. is in there to try and help bring him down. Back in towards the middle, and then another high kick. Aspiro Bichet, has he got it this time? He has pouched it well. Under real good pressure though from Isan Masters.
Pangai Jr. leaving the field.
Oof. That's a big hit gone on Lenny Mark there. Logan Lewis taking no prisoners there at all.
It's rocked him, Fraser.
Mark, it has rocked him big time. Well, Lenny Mark able to play the ball eventually, but he is shaken to his boots after that.
He doesn't look well.
It looks like he's taken a bit of a whack in the mouth there. It's the kind of injury that you'd expect would probably result in a head injury assessment, but a huge hit going in there from Logan Lewis. Da Costa as Hugo Tisson with a skimmer into the hands of Jack Walker, and Chimambi will return it again. And I'm just keeping an eye on Lenny Mark as he comes over towards the near side touchline. Meanwhile, Leeds have hit the front in the other game. It's going on as Huddersfield 0, Leeds 4 is the latest in that game. It's warming up nicely, Kyle, as far as the playoff positions are concerned, and Leeds really starting to show their true colours towards the end of the season.
Yeah, they look really threatening to the Rhinos. They're in a good place at the moment.
Mellor gone down under the challenge here as Davis wants to play it quickly. Milnes with a quick handoff. Ruan to the halfway line for Salford. So as we expected, Lenny Mark has indeed gone off for a head injury assessment. So that means that Arthur Romano has joined the fray. A lovely show and go. Ruan here, down the line they go. Chimambi, oh, he couldn't make contact with the ball there as he dropped a kick forward, and Kotric gobbles it up.
Yeah, well, two parts really. Dreadful defending from the Dragons and dreadful skill there from Chimambi.
Legal for the Dragons. Here is Romano getting his first touch of the ball, and I'm just having a look because Alex Da Costa now has also taken a bit of a whack by the looks of things. Very gingerly walking back towards his starting position. He'll pick up the ball here, but for a moment there he was looking like he was struggling a bit as well. So walking wounded as Catalans strike forward here. He's just about kept in play, has he? No. At the second attempt, the ball is taken over the line. Guillermo Aspiro Bichet.
I think it was deemed a flop.
Yeah, Dylan pulled him out. Let's have another look at this one.
Spiro Bichet there, he goes to floor. And the tackle is complete there. And they come over the top, flop on him, usher him over the sideline. A needless penalty really to give away.
What a real opportunity this for the Dragons to try and strike from within about 25 metres of the Salford line. Play it down the line with Romain Navarrete. And the ball's come out here. The referee, though, says it's been stolen. And so the Dragons get another set of 6 close to the Salford line.
Yeah, Dan Russell there, just pulling the ball away from Romain Navarrete. And back-to-back penalties.
That's the kind of discipline that has a head coach tearing their hair out. Seguier for the Dragons. 20 metres away now from the Salford line. Da Costa. Down the line it goes with the French side as Romain Navarrete gets tackled. Da Costa looking away to his left and his right. Shapes to go one there and finds Frank Maria, who's come on as a substitute, and it's all over the place again.
A really scrappy game this in the opening quarter. And the Dragons are going to get another set of 6 here. The 2 penalties given away. And now a hand in there. The Dragons have got a wonderful opportunity. You'll see the contact there from Logan Lewis. His left arm catches the ball, knocks it down. The Dragons have got 6 more here from 10 metres out.
Third set in a row that they've been given here, and if they don't score from this, Joel Tompkins, I'm sure, will be absolutely livid. And it's been put on a plate for them. Good running here from Romano. Just a couple of metres short now. Da Costa goes to his right. Frank Maria held up just short. Da Costa, they can smell it here, the Catalan Dragons. Lovely offload out towards Spiro Bichet, and from out of nowhere, having been given so much pressure on the line, 3 repeat sets, they finally break through the Salford defence.
Yeah, this Salford outfit, they can't afford to do that. There's some neat work there from Ben Garcia, who just drags Derbyshire in, creates the space out wide. And Spiro Bichet gets his first score of the evening. Just keep your eye on Ben Garcia. The line that he runs there just pulls centre and winger in. And there's 3 people he could pass the ball to outside of Chimambe. So Spiro Bichet gets his hands on the ball and gets over. And it's 6-4.
They had plenty of men over there, didn't they? Kocic and Laguerre both waiting for it just in case Spiro Bichet wasn't able to get over the line, but he placed himself very nicely. And now he's got the chance himself to add the extra 2. "37 goals so far this season for the Catalan Dragons. The success probability is a little bit lower than it was for Rowan Mills. And he's kicking right towards that very noisy Salford end. Certainly taking his time as well. Just wide. Just wide. He looked like he'd struck it very, very well, but not on target.
Well, I think he's only missed 8 all season as the young fullback. It took an eternity to take that kick, and with the Salford faithful behind him, just do enough to put him off. You see Ben Garcia there, neat offload from him. Spiro Bichet getting over, but it's the Red Devils who are leading by 2 points here as they chase their 4th win of the season. And only the 3rd at home. Of course, they won in round 18 against Castleford and in round 5 against Huddersfield Fraser on this ground. But they have been hard to come by for sure, given everything that's gone on.
Well, Catalans have won 4 of the last 5 Super League games against Salford, holding them scoreless in 2 of those wins. But they lost 27-12 last time they came here last season. And Guillermo Espiro-Bichet, because he just pulled that kick, it's 2 points between these two sides. He only had 1 kick last week, of course, against Wigan. They only got the 1 try, and he missed that kick as well. So he's not having a good time of it with the boot at the moment, although let's be fair, the angles are pretty tight. Alex da Costa, lovely barnstorming run from him. Eventually Ruan and Davis managed to bring him down. High hoisted kick again from Cesar Rouget. Taken well again at the back by Salford.
And the neat take there from Jack Walker. So much experience, hasn't he, at the back?
It's incredible to think, isn't it, that he's still only 26 years of age, and yet he seems to have been around forever.
Played a game against Leeds Rhinos for St Helens when he made his debut. And I remember at the time, I think it was Justin Albrook who was thought it could have been Kieran Cunningham, just saying, just landed on this young kid's head and test him out. He tore us apart that day.
I remember he did start his career with Leeds in a real blaze of glory. He still holds the record, I think it is, for the youngest ever winner of a grand final at 18 years in 60 days.
Incredible.
A lot of water under the bridge since then.
He's had a terrible time with injuries as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And it's the Dragons now who are just starting to grow into this game.
Romano for the visitors. Remy Smith tackled just in the centre of the field as Jordan Desiree, who has come on as another substitute, with Roman Navarrete having gone off. But they have got big units on the subs bench, the Dragons. Plenty of power in the side. Another high hoisted one, this time Chimambi is going to get under this one and takes it well.
Yeah, Catalan finishing the last couple of sets. I was just about to say, in good field position, then he can't be doing that.
Desiree hanging on too long, and the referee giving a penalty as a result. Yeah, the tackle was pretty much complete, and there's no need for Desiree to get involved there, really. Derbyshire getting us restarted. Salford's try scorer in the earlier stages of the game.
Tiaki Chan out there now.
Yeah. No Jaden Nikarima in the side tonight. Here's Emmanuel Wayne, who's come on as a substitute as well. Nikarima, Paul Rowley told me just before the game, he's fractured his shoulder. So that's going to be him done for the season. It's not a massive injury, I'm told, but obviously won't play any part in the last couple of games after this one for Salford. So he's done and dusted for the year. Incredible, isn't it? When you look at some of the numbers on the players' backs for Salford, they've had 70 players turn out in a Salford shirt this year over the course of 26 games. Absolutely
72
incredible
as well, yeah. 72, Isaac Shaw. Crazy. I mean, you think most rosters are 28, 30 players, and then to number 72. But it just sort of paints the picture of the turmoil that's happened at this club.
Da Costa done well to load that away to the left-hand side as he picks it up again. Nicely turned through for Frank Maria. This is the ball down to the near side as they hoist it again back towards Chimambi. Game just ebbing and flowing, and no side either to able to really get a stranglehold on the game really at all so far. Very evenly matched. Here's Nathan Connell doing his slipping and sliding again. Masters getting it away. It's pretty evenly matched as far as the statistics are concerned. Catalan with a bit more possession so far.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. The Dragons have had more of the field position, more of the possession. But it's Salford who are leading, which is the crucial stat in amongst all of that.
Chan up to the halfway line for the home side. Another long kick from Mills. Well, your heart's in your mouth every time it goes to Spiro Bichet, and he's lost it here, and they might get an opportunity. They might get a chance here. Salford, a high hoisted ball over the top for Chamambe to finish in the corner. And it all came down to another mistake from Guillermo Spiro Bichet. He lost possession, Salford gobbled it up, and Chamambe has gone over in the corner. But the referee wants to make sure and have another look at this one. He says it's no try on the field. The decision will be left to Aaron Moore.
So we've got an on-field decision of no try. So we're looking at how the ball comes out. Is it a ball and all tackle, or does Russell deliberately play at the ball here? So we'll play it through here. So going through, Russell's going in, Bichet's got the ball out, Bichet's got the ball, and you can clearly see there that Russell is just going in to make a tackle. He's clearly trying to make a tackle, and he wraps up there, and the ball just comes out from a loose carry from Bichet. So we can play it through here. It's a loose carry, and it's picked up by Isaac Shaw, on the wide here. And it's passed out to the winger, and then we're just looking at the ground in here. And the ball, just slow it down, the ball is grounded. Thank you, I've seen all I need.
Well, you have to buy a ticket if you're going to win the lottery, and every time Salford punt the ball forward towards Guillermo Spiro Bichet, they are buying a ticket. And on this occasion, they've come up with a win now.
Yeah, I mean, he takes it well, but it's a wonderful chase from Dan Russell, the right edge back rower, who just goes to make an ordinary tackle. Spiro Bichet with a loose carry, and then the ball ends up in the hands of Isaac Shaw. And the big lad throws the ball over the top to Chamambe. There's the tackle. Shaw plays on. The big wind-up here over the top there. Chamambe's in.
Well, he probably won't score an easier tackle than that, Neil Chamambe, but terrific work from his teammates to set him up. And over in the corner for his first try of this season. And they have joy on their faces, the Salford Red Devils players, and to the Salford Red Devils fans. So, Milnes. Well, the angle is very, very similar than the one from the first try, perhaps very, very slightly more acute. But he was straight down the line with the first one. Let's see what he can do with the second. Now he's pushed that one instead. So 1 from 2 for Royal Mills, but Salford in front and looking pretty happy.
Well, they certainly are. 10 points to 4. The young man watches on. Spiro Bichet. I feel harsh, you know, going in on a 19-year-old there. And the fact of the matter is, he's come up with another mistake, and a crucial one as well, and you just can't do that at the back. You're supposed to be the safety net.
Well, sadly for the Dragons, Lenny Mark has failed his head injury assessment.
Goodness me, he's out cold. He's
He could be looking at another one here.
Emmanuel Wayne,
Oh, my word.
straight off the back fence. And goodness me,
Wow,
an almighty contact.
that was a huge, huge contact.
Just that way, please.
And sadly, it does look as though Emmanuel Wayne is in all sorts of trouble. Well, no surprise that the medical staff have made their way onto the pitch immediately to go and give some attention to Emmanuel Wayne, because that was a huge hit. Well, we could be concerned, real concern amongst a lot of the medical staff here. Let's have a look at the tries so far in this game, just to keep you up to date with how things have gone so far. It was Jack Derbyshire who got us off and underway for Salford Red Devils.
Jack Derbyshire set the scoreboard ticking over in favour of Salford. The line, the change of angle there from the left edge back rower, Ruan. Derbyshire in support, just gets that arm away. And the try was awarded. It could have been worse, couldn't it? Nathan Connell denied by Lenny Mark, who of course has failed the HIA. And that was Salford's first try to get them up and running. The Dragons hit back. And Spiro Bichet before this, just moments earlier. Dan Russell in contact on a Spiro Bichet. And the ball over the top there from Isaac Shaw off the bench into the hands of Neil Chimambe to take us to 10 points to 4. And Emmanuel Wayne, off the restart from that try, carries the ball at 100 miles an hour at top speed into a welcome committee. The Catalan Dragons players, sorry.
Well, the good news is that Emmanuel Wayne is moving. It looks like he's making attempts to try and sit up at the moment, but he's been given oxygen or whatever it is that they're having that tank down there from the medical staff, who are paying very close attention to him. But he's now sitting up, and you can tell the response from the Salford Red Devils fans as they applaud him. But he's gingerly, very gingerly getting himself up. But it was a huge hit.
Look, we never like to see players receiving that level of medical attention, but it's just a reminder of how dangerous at top speed this sport can be. Big collision. Bravery on show.
Well, Emmanuel Wayne just nodding to one or two of the medical staff now as they ask him a few questions here and there. He's on loan from Bradford, of course, and has played 8 times as a sub for them this season. He's only had the one previous appearance for Salford, having also spent time on loan at Hunslet and Batley. Was hoping to be a big part of these last few games for Salford for the end of the season, but looking at this, I'd be very surprised if he plays any further part in the game.
Yeah, no, I think his evening's all done now, Fraser. But looking ahead for Salford, you know, a trip to Huddersfield, which is, you know, if this scoreboard stays in favour for Salford, you would imagine that they'll bounce into that one as well. And who would have thought that they could potentially looking at a 3 out of the last 4 wins, given everything that's thrown at them.
They've got Wakefield at home as well as their last game. And if Wakefield are still trying to get themselves a playoff place, then all of a sudden that game also takes a lot more significance as well.
Yeah. And for the Dragons, of course, they head over to Headingley next Thursday night against the Rhinos before they finish over at Hull FC. 3 trips on the road for the Dragons to finish what has been a miserable season for the club.
Here's the Catalan Dragons try. Guillermo Espiro Bichet it was who scored it.
Yeah,
a little earlier on the game.
It came off back-to-back penalties and an error, and then Ben Garcia Lovely soft short pass there from Sergio Rouge. Just delays the ball. Change of line from Garcia. Just sucks the edge in. Espero Bichir just dots that one over. He's unable to convert. That's why the board is reading 10-4.
Yeah, he's been on the positive and the negative side for the Dragons tonight, Espero Bichir.
Look, I mean, you think back to when we first saw him, and he's been sensational, hasn't he? It's always great to see young players coming through and emerging themselves into the Super League. As we just have a look at the stats there, the completion rate, there's not a lot separating the two sides, and again, as the scoreboard suggests, but crucially, Salford have only had 2 play the balls inside the opposition 20, and it came away with 2 tries.
Yeah, awful lot of work for Joel Tompkins to do as far as next season is concerned, but as we say, given the number of players that are going to be leaving, you're absolutely right, he will surely get his stamp on what kind of a side he wants.
There's 13 players out the door, and you know what we've seen from the Dragons over the last couple of seasons, you know, ever since they sort of fell away from appearances in the grand finals, that they just haven't got the recruitment right. And if you do that, Fraser, in a salary cap sport, it's incredibly difficult to gain momentum. You almost have to have a clear out, which takes time. Joel Tompkins has been given that time, but next season you'd like to see much improvement, so it's very unlikely that the Dragons are going to just go straight back to the top. Far from it. But certainly they've been sat 9th since round 13, and that's not what we're used to with the Dragons.
Well, the Dragons have been affected by injuries as well this evening, because Lenny Mark has failed his head injury assessment, so he won't be playing any further part in the game, which is a sad end to his debut for the Catalan Dragons side. But all eyes at the moment on Emmanuel Wayne, who, as we say, is going to be getting onto the stretcher very, very soon. But they are taking their time with him, the medical staff, especially when you've got a head injury. It always has to be done very, very carefully indeed. The good news is that he has been speaking. He's been moving his arms and legs around. He's sat up, so he's clearly conscious. And now they'll take him off the stretcher and take him back to the medical room to give him a full assessment.
We've got some massive games, haven't we, coming up this weekend?
It's an absolutely huge round this weekend, and all the big rivalries will be in action.
Castleford, Wakefield, Saints and Wigan. Warrington Lee on Saturday, and of course finishing with the Hull derby. Hull KR, depending on what happens tomorrow night, they may lift the league leaders shield, all but at the moment mathematically they haven't won it just yet. But if things happen over at the Totally Wicked Stadium tomorrow night, then Hull KR could lift their 2nd trophy.
Well, the Dragons players are doing a little bit of sprinting up and down the field to try and get themselves warm again, as are the Salford players now, as they realise that the game's going to have to be getting on again before long. That they'll been stood around for a good, what, 7 or 8 minutes now.
I was just going to say, Fraser,
getting a bit stiff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal for the players, really. I mean, first of all, you know, all concerns go towards Emmanuel Wayne for sure, but for the players it's hard. You've been stood around, and that's why if the trainers are out there getting the bodies moving around again, the last thing you want to do is risk standing still for 5 or 6 minutes and go back into high-speed running, risking muscle injuries. And the crowd here applauds as Emmanuel Wayne will lead the field.
Well, he gets applause from the Salford Red Devils faithful as he leaves the field on the back of the stretcher. So we could see repercussions from this as well, because it was Frank Maria who was involved in the tackle itself on Emmanuel Wayne. And so the referee is going to have a look at this one.
It's forceful dangerous, there's no mitigating factors.
Well, I can tell you that the The referee has indeed brought out the red card. Frank Maria is sent off.
Well, it was a monster collision, wasn't it? But an illegal one as well, and Frank Maria sees red.
Catalans Dragons red card, number 24, Frank Maria.
So Salford will eventually get us back off and underway. So Emmanuel Wayne being stretchered off down the tunnel. So good to see that Emmanuel Wayne is at least conscious and talking to the medical staff. He will get fully checked over as he goes into the medical room here. He'll be very, very well looked after, but it was an almighty collision. And as a result, Frank Maria is sent off for the Catalan Dragons for the use of the shoulder. So we get back underway. Salford Red Devils still leading this game by 10 points to 4. There's Milnes with a short pass into Isaac Shaw. Referee's blown the whistle here.
There's no doctor on the touchline, we just need to wait for a doctor.
There's one of the medical staff is still on the touchline, so the referee has just stopped the game momentarily.
Have we got a doctor now? Yeah.
Apparently there isn't a doctor on the sideline, rather. So it can't restart the game until the medical staff are all in place. Now that has happened. Well spotted by the refereeing team. So we can now get things properly back underway. And Salford with what, just over 6.5 minutes remaining in this first half. It's been a momentous first half, plenty of events going on. But Salford leading by 10 points to 4.
And 6 again there called. Just off the back of Milnes' kick, it gets batted down by Seguier, ends up in his hands. So it's 6 more rather.
Chan coming away with it. Oh, almost dropped there by Milnes. Mellett comes away with the almost loose ball. Wilson getting it through the hands of Milnes, and now Shaw again. Shaw, who did all the damage in order to set up Chamambi for Salford's second try. Another high hoister again. Kotric going for this one, he's lost it. Hands in at the tackle there though. And that's going to be handed over back to the Dragons.
Yeah, the kick across there to Chamambi. He tries to out-jump Kotric. Knocks the ball forward. It's the Dragons who are tasked with taking direct carries out of that box at right-hand side corner.
Dragons then on the march. Arturo Mano, he was the player who came on as a substitute for Lenny Mark. His debut didn't last too long, unfortunately, for him. It was another massive hit. Logan Lewis on that occasion, though. Salford still doing everything they can to try and stop the Dragons getting any further forward. Onto the halfway line for Desariat. And this is the last one, as Tisson gets this one forward and taken again very well by Jack Walker. Rouget and Da Costa in the tackle to bring him down. Chamambi, 3 in the tackle. Well, provided that Emmanuel Wayne is not too badly injured. I think Paul Rowley will be pretty happy with the way this first half has gone.
Well, of course he will. Look, the lead in 10-4. You know, you've got to cast your mind back only a couple of weeks ago, and nobody was giving Salford a chance in any game. However, they've came up against, you know, two sides. This one, of course, tonight, ill-disciplined, a little, well, loose in many areas. And, of course, the Wolves last week, they were well below par. But take nothing away from Salford. They took them apart, and they're doing the same to the Dragons here.
Yeah, Wilson into the hands of Mellor. Mellor going wide down the right-hand side. Quick hands again from the Red Devils as Masters is tackled just 20 metres short of the Dragons' line. Back again from Walker, from Mills, and then again into the hands of Lewis. A few more metres stolen by Lewis. They want to play it quickly here. Oh, it's gone backwards. Chandler's done really well to keep hold of that. It was going back behind him. Mellor, little chip from Mellor. Everybody chasing after it. Aspiro Bichet just watches it roll out of play.
Yeah, he's got time there, but here's trouble. He's got a quick tap here. 7-tackle set. Well tackled there. Around the legs of Aspiro Bichet.
He's having another bite at the cherry there as well. Romano again. Quick hands. Kotric. And he's lost possession there in the tackle. Knock on, says the referee. Kotric can't believe it. He's not happy with that at all.
And rain's just started to come down. And it's the Dragons who are going to get the ball back here. It's deemed that it's ripped forward out of Nick Kotric's hands just there. I think it was Dan Russell who makes a play for it. Inside the last 2 minutes. And it's hardly been a classic, Fraser, has it?
Well, it's two sides that are struggling. I mean, Salford got a performance with, like, you wouldn't believe at Warrington last week, considering what they've been through. But Catalan Dragons have been pretty much devoid of confidence for the last 7 or 8 games. 7 defeats in 8, I think it is.
Yeah, they just look like a team that's just limping home and wants the next 2 weeks to fly by.
Rouget squirming away from defenders. 30 from the line. Catalans with a chance to maybe get themselves some parity before we get to the end of the first half. Garcia eventually brought down. Da Costa comes away with it. Desiree still going, bouncing off players left and right. Da Costa plays it short, a little chip forward, over the line it goes. Chamambi will just hoist that one out of play. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, decent play there from the winger. Pushes that ball over the sideline, and the Salford Red Devils will just chew down the shot clock and know that they've only got 2 players to defend. Before it'll see them with a 6-point lead at half-time.
Rain coming down here at the Salford Community Stadium. The slippery surface was difficult enough the way things were going at the start of this game. They're made even more so now. As Tisson pouches this one and offloads quickly for Benjamin Garcia. Da Costa again. Tisson. Grubber kick through from him. Easy enough for Jack Walker, who had watched that one. Nicely had eyes on it all the way. Huta finally goes after what has been far from a classic, but Salford won't care. They're in the ascendancy.
No, it's their fans who are happier. The Salford Red Devils lead this game 10 points to 4. And those fans they haven't had a lot to cheer about, have they, Fraser? But they're all rounds up
from this game. Or have Salford got too much for them the way things are going?
Well, I think certainly with the extra number, Salford are a full complement. They're going to make a real fist of it, you know. But even when both teams were at 13 apiece, they still managed to win the scoreboard. The Dragons were starting to win a little bit of the field position. Their possession was up there as well. But for the Dragons, they've been very ill-disciplined tonight. And that red card just epitomised it, really. It was reckless, it was rash. It was uncalled for, really. It's the Dragons who are under the pump once again, but they need to just get back to completing, be direct, and play off the back of that. So far, as the scoreboard suggests, just underneath there is it's the Red Devils, sorry, who are leading this contest by 6 points, but 40 minutes left to play here at Salford.
Well, the touch judge on the far side just having a few running repairs to their communications equipment just before we get things off and underway in the second half. Matty Lynn is the man in the middle this evening, who's had an eventful first 40 minutes in charge of his first Super League game as a referee. But what do you make of his performance so far, Kyle? He seems to have done pretty well.
Yeah, he's been spot on, really. He's made most of the big calls right. As Jordan Desiree just gets in between the two Salford players from the restart.
Certainly a debut that Matty Lynn will not forget for so many reasons. News coming through from the sideline that Emmanuel Wayne is being taken from the ground in an ambulance, but purely for precautionary measures. So fingers crossed he is not too badly damaged from that tackle just before the end of the first half. And we of course wish Emmanuel all the very best with his recovery as Alex da Costa gets it away to Jordan Desiree.
And this is better from the visitors. Direct carries, roll down the field 60 metres. Hugo Tyson with a high kick, testing Walker at the back
and
as well.
Straight in, the tackle goes in from Bailey Sirenen to back him up and make sure that he doesn't gain too much ground. Chamambi, a bit more commitment, a bit more effort from the Catalan Dragons perhaps being shown early doors in the second half.
That centre six there was just so much more direct, big carries, rolling down the field. That's what they need more of.
Logan Lewis bringing it forward. 30 metres from his own line or thereabouts. As Masters has it now. Just the 2 tries to Isan Masters' credit so far this season, and that's seen him struggle with 1 or 2 injuries. A bit of confusion at the back there for the Dragons, as neither of them deciding who was actually going to pick up the ball there.
Yeah, neither of them wanted it though, Fraser. No communication there between Espiro Bisha and Nick Cottrick. It bounces and bounces favourably for him. They've got to get on that on the full.
There is Espiro Bisha, who's come up from fullback. Bit of positional changes due to players leaving the field and also injuries. Lenny Mark having failed an HIA early on, so his debut was over before it really begun. Da Costa waiting for it from Seguier. César Rouget. And now Mathieu Laguerre just over the halfway line. This is the last one. Rouget again. Once more to Walker. Little stumble from Walker, but safe enough. And now Jack Walker would love to get a solid run of games under his belt before the end of the season, having gone through a huge number of injuries and difficulties in recent years.
It certainly started his career, hasn't it? But the Dragons there just finishing another decent set off with César Rouget's kick. Brilliant there from Wilson.
Messages coming from the coaches down on the touchline. Paul Rowley said he wants to see more of the same. He's happy with the first half performance. He wants to make sure that they continue to press against the Dragons. As for Joel Tompkins, he says he wants his team to get in the game more, wants his team to be better going forward and show more enthusiasm. And they've certainly shown plenty of that in the first few stages of this second half.
Better going forward, translate to direct and being physical with ball in hand, and also on the other side of the ball defensively. The Dragons have started this second half brightly, albeit 4 minutes gone on the clock.
Again, lovely ball out the back there for Rouge, and now Cottrick. Costa. Nice run from Benjamin Garcia. Gaining an extra few metres for to his side. Desiree, lovely offload, but it was too much in the face of Hugo Tisson. And the ball goes to ground.
Yeah, just unlucky that they can't quite finish that off there. It's a wonderful carry from Benny Garcia. Looked like he wanted to pass the ball, but there was nobody there, so he decides to carry, and then Desiree takes over in the next play. And the offload was just high for Tisson to pull in. Dragons who come up with the first mistake.
Well, there'll be plenty of those throughout this game so far, symptomatic of two sides who are struggling at the wrong end of the table. Perhaps for different reasons, though, it's fair to say. Salford in possession, though. Rouen. Played again by Salford as Mella gets that long hoisted ball out towards Walker. He's done well to offload that one. Masters is coming away with it. Oh, it's just gone behind there, Nathan Connell. And the Dragons try and drag him out again on the near side. Very, very close to the line there. Sangaya. Wilson waiting just behind him. We haven't really seen that battle that we hoped for in the middle between Justin Sangaya and Tavita Pangai Jr. so far, have we?
Pangai Jr. fell into a hole around 14 minutes. He was replaced a couple of moments later. A high kick here down the left-hand side, testing a Spiro Bichet, and he comes up with it again.
And there again, yet again, and Shamambi taking advantage of it. The referee's blown the whistle.
Sorry, mate.
Just see the contest there between the two. Jack Walker deemed to spill the ball, much to the relief of the young fullback.
Segi may have pulled up a little bit in the tackle there. Has he pulled a hamstring? Well, he's looking very, very unhappy at the moment in back play. As Kostrich comes away with it. De Costa again. Romano is eventually tackled. They're getting it away quicker again. You can see the speed has improved as Cesar Rouget gets that kick away.
Just turns Salford around. And again, the Dragons are just able to roll downfield at will in this second half. And these are worrying signs for Salford, because I don't think that they're defensively there to keep doing this for 33 minutes and expect to come away with the scoreboard the same.
Despite the fact that Catalan Dragons are a man down. Seguier, just a couple of metres away from the Red Devils line now, as De Costa feeds it out to the left flank. Tisson. So we've had the confirmation now that Salford's 18th man has been activated due to the fact that they've had too many head injury assessments failed. So that means that Kai Morgan will be able to join the fray for Salford in the not too distant future, if so desired, as Catalans lose the ball again.
And all that good work amounts to nothing, says Rouget. A wonderful kick, 40-20, to give them the ball back once more. Then the player breaks down. The young half, he just gets spooked, takes his eyes off the ball. It's Rowan Milnes who gets in his face. Big mistake, and he knows it.
Player having a little bit of treatment in back play is Rowan Milnes. Before we get up and running again.
I think he just, when he tackles Cesar Rouget, pops a little one on the shoulder. Decides to take a minute.
Salford's fans making their voices heard.
Time on.
The celebrations last week from Paul Rowley as he was running in front of those fans over at the HJ and saying in his post-match interviews that that win was very much for them because they've been there through thick and thin all the way through. And there's another player here in back play who's gone down. Another injury to be looked at, this time by the Catalan Dragons medical staff. Looks as though it may have been a slightly high tackle. I think it may be Hugo Tisson who was the player who's gone down.
Well, one of the two of the Dragons players there were coming out. Must insinuate that there was some sort of elbow in there.
Well, if needs be, and I'm sure the refereeing team can have another look at it. Hopefully we can too.
It doesn't look like
It is
there's anything.
Tisson who's gone down underneath there, yeah.
Doesn't look like there's anything really in this. Maybe just that little one there. Maybe he's just trying to.
Well, Masters is he's trying to get free from the tackle. He's all arms and legs. It looks as though Tisson just got caught by one.
Yeah, I think maybe just a stray elbow as he's trying to fight to get up. We've seen them go the other way, I have to say.
Well, Hugo Tisson being given plenty of time to recover from this. Well, there might be something else to be decided on this one if the video referee decides that some kind of punishment might need to be dished out to Isan Masters.
The penalty was given initially for a slow ruck. You can just see when Masters is trying to get hands on his front. He's very right to get up. But no, I think that could easily go the other way. I think they've missed that one. They've missed that one.
Well, Tisson is having to go off for another head injury assessment.
That's a call.
I find that very, very difficult to believe that Isan Masters doesn't know what he's doing there. So a slow ruck shouldn't mean you can just throw your elbows around like that, but play on.
Well,
Salford is still in possession. That's the upshot of it all. Here's Jackie Chan. Just short of the halfway line. So Denis Barmforth has come on for the Catalan Dragons while the HIA takes place. Sangar finds Wilson. Wilson bustling forward. Plenty of energy for Harvey Wilson. Chan to Mella. Looked like he was going to go short for Lewis then, but got wrapped up in the challenge. This is the last one. Mills then with the kick to the corner, looking to cause some chaos. Chamambi did well, but it went straight into the hands of Remy Smith. Chamambi looked like he'd done a great job there initially, but then just let go of the ball, much to the Dragons' delight.
Very one out from the Dragons at the moment. Tavita Pangai Jr. back out there. Refused to be put down.
To be fair, there can't be many players out there that can put Tavita Pangai Jr. down, much as they would like to. He is a huge unit. Da Costa, nice pass, floated out towards Bailey Sirenen. Last tackle again. Chance for Rouget to kick to the corner. Up it goes. Chamambi goes chasing after it. He's dropped it this time now.
A knock on off Salford. It's going to be a lateral scrum Catalan ball.
Well, the Dragons are going to get a wonderful opportunity here. Last time they were down here, it was Rouge that came up with the mistake to kill the play. But a towering kick over on that far corner. Chimambe.
Just enough pressure put on him there, wasn't it?
Just enough there from Smith.
Let's nice and clean in these runs now. I've been talking and talking. I don't want to have to keep talking.
Referee.
I don't want to step it up.
Matty Lynn on debut. Reading the right act to some of the Salford Red Devils players. Says he doesn't want to have to keep talking to them. Da Costa then. To Sirinen and now Romano. Dragons knocking on the door despite being a player down. Seguier 10 metres short of the line. Tackles in the bank as well as Deneve Barmforth waits just behind him. Garcia offloads to Desiree. They want to play it quickly here. Barmforth gets it away to the right-hand side. Rouget with quick hands for Aspiro Bichet. Heading in towards the corner. 2 remaining. As they come forward again through Kotric. Barmforth goes short for Desiree. Desiree! Well, it was coming. They've been banging on the door for a long time. And despite the fact that they are a player down, Catalan Dragons have carried out their coach's instructions to a T. And Jason Desiree has got the Dragons back in the game.
Yeah, well, there wasn't much doing in that set with ball in hand there from the Dragons. But it was the quick play of the ball from Nick Kotric that just does enough. And then off the back of that, Barmforth jumps out. Desiree in support and a big man there, one-on-one. There's only ever going to be one winner. But the mistake from Chimambe gifted them the field position. And it was the carry back towards centre field. Kotric there, you just see, wins the play of the ball. Barmforth jumps out, introduces Desiree, who just gets in between Sangare and Chan. And a big man arriving at speed with only a metre to go to fall over. He does ever so well there, gets the ball down and gets the Dragon straight back in this, because you would imagine a Spiro Bichet, the most simplest kick possibly of the evening, will make this 10-all. Desiree gets a rest for that effort.
I'm going to say that's his reward for scoring the try. Jordan Desiree gets himself a bit of time on the sidelines to just recover for a little while. Everybody having to put a shift in a Dragon shirt now due to the fact that they are down to 12. But Aspiro Bichet makes it 1 from 2. And the Dragons are very much back in business.
Yeah, they've just started to win the ruck of the Dragons. Just getting a number of quick play of the balls, rolling Salford down the field. A mistake from Chimambe, sorry, as Joe Tompkins watches on. Gets his side back into this contest. I don't think he'll be too pleased with what he's seen tonight. 12 men of Catalan drawing here.
10 apiece. 14 minutes gone in the second half. It's very much game on. And the Dragons, all of a sudden, with some spirit in their play. And moving the ball quickly as well. Deneve Barmforth, having come on as a second-half substitute, seems to have injected a bit of energy, a bit of pace into the Dragons side.
Yeah, he does that. He's got a wonderful running game as well. Ben Garcia has put his hand up tonight once again, as he always does, the skipper. But the Dragons, again, just keep your eyes on their carries and how they're winning the ruck and allowing Barmforth to jump out. There's another quick play of the ball, if you see.
Very quick, isn't it? Victor Pangai Jr. just bumping Jackie Chan off him and getting the offload as well, and setting Cesar Rouget off on a run. Barmforth quickly to Da Costa, gets the kick away, takes a deflection, not played at, says the referee, so they get back here. Still the 5th tackle though, and Romano goes for the kick, and Walker's having to backpedal wildly to get this one back. Can they tackle him in goal? No. Good work from Jack Walker.
Yeah, he does really well there. The kick from Romano just escapes his chase, and then Bailey Sirinen. The Red Devils just explore back to this left edge of the defence of the Dragons.
Bala gets it away on the line again. High hoisted ball, that one for Rouen.
In his place,
You just see there the meters are just starting to head north for the Dragons.
Chimambe, big tackle comes in from Pangai Jr. Yeah, Catalans just edging away as far as meters are concerned.
They're doing pretty well defensively, just containing Salford to 30 or 40 metres and forcing this again, another kick deep from inside their own 30-metre zone. Spiro Bichier just allowing that to bounce before returning it with some interest.
Rouen in the tackle. A lot of the work coming through the middle in these early stages of the set, as you'd expect. Another big barnstorming run from Arthur Romano. Barmforth again, quickly skipping through. Nice work from Sirinen. Garcia again, very quick once more for Rouget before he is brought down for the last tackle. Barmforth waiting just behind him, goes to his right. Spiro Bichier, everyone will chase after this one. Chimambe under pressure, but he's done well.
Yeah, the Dragons just need to keep this up, Fraser. Just keep discipline down this end of the field. And just suffocate the Red Devils of field position.
Just try and wear them down a bit more.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Just playing off the back of quick rucks. Barmforth, you're right, he's added something when he's came on. And they look dangerous to the Dragons when they're able to play on the front foot.
Russell, incorrect play of the ball there by the looks of things.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Fraser. Just be happy to keep kicking the ball on top of Chimambe's head, on top of Connell's head. Just wait for them to make the mistake, because they're finding it difficult to get out of their own end of the field. It's Dan Russell with the mistake at the play of the ball. Just see incorrect there. The right boot just rolls that ball forward.
Referee spotted it immediately. And so the Catalans get another chance, which is gifted to them on a plate by the home side. Romain Navarrete. Barmforth again. Goes to his right-hand side for Rouget, and then another nice little run through the middle for Tavita Pangai Jr. Just over 10 metres away from the line. Can the Dragons put themselves further in front from this position? As Rouget is tackled. Barmforth again. Waiting. Ball comes out, it's too slow, but he plays it short for Pangai Jr. again. Marshalling his troops, Barmforth goes for the longer pass out to Rouget. Rouget trying to skip through the defenders. This is the last one. Da Costa out wide to the left-hand side. They can't keep the ball moving, and Salford Red Devils defending for their lives on their own line.
Yeah, we get some really ordinary attack though, Fraser. It has to be said. Credit to the Devils. They just keep moving, keep finding a way. Well, they weren't exactly stretched and pulled apart there in that set. The biggest play was Tavita Pangai Jr., who was stopped dead in his tracks.
That will probably be one of the biggest disappointments, I think, for Joel Tompkins, the way this game has gone. When they've had those opportunities, they haven't been able to really capitalise on them anywhere near as much as he would want.
Well, it seems like for the most of the third quarter, as we just hit the hour mark, our heads have predominantly been facing where Salford are carrying the ball away from now, but crucially, the Dragons have only scored one try, and that was Jordan Desiree 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Wilson. Wide to the left-hand side. Boys to ball over the top here, and then another one. Kick forward. Catalan Dragons backpedaling here furiously as Kotric is brought down to the line and tackled in goal.
And Roland Milnes there. Everybody thought he was just going to go for a clearing kick. He lifts it over the top. And Jack Walker through the centre of the field puts boot to ball again and makes it a contest. And Kotric and Chimambe chasing him down hard. Ends up trapping him in the end goal, and it's going to be 6 more to Salford. And is this the field position that they needed, that they've been starved for so long in this second half?
Inventive little bit of play from the home side, and it's brought them a goal line dropout for the Dragons. As Aspino Bichet goes short. Salford get the ball back. Mellor comes away with it. Milnes in towards Ruan. Just over 10 metres from the line, and plenty of tackles to come as they get it away in towards Justin Sangar. Inside the 10-metre line now for Salford. Davis, quick hands again. Russell out the back, almost found Nathan Connell, but the pass wasn't good.
Yeah, Dan Russell there with a little flick pass, trying to find his winger. The ball goes over the sideline there. Just see a little flick pass out the back there. And I think they're going to get a captain's challenge here.
Salford, the challenge of the ruling of a knock-on into touch.
Well, we once again go to the video referee for the Salford captain's challenge. Let's hear once more from Aaron Moore.
So we've got a captain's challenge. Salford are challenging the ruling of knock-on into touch. So the ball's passed by Russell, and then we know it's touched by Connell, but we're looking to see in the relation path to the ground where this ball travels. So we're looking at the best angles here for this. So we know that he's going forward here, his momentum. We know that momentum's going forward. We'll go camera 5 to see our best angle on this. This might be the best angle. So Connell is travelling forward here. He touches the ball there, and it continues to travel forwards. And then Romano touches it, constituting 2 knock-ons. Thank you, I've made my decision.
It'll be a handover one if he's got into touch.
Well, Salford's record as far as challenges are concerned now reads 16 successful, 9 unsuccessful, with 0 inconclusive.
So it's 2 knock-ons. Connell's knocked it forward.
But Connell knocked the ball forward there. And I have to admit, I was slightly surprised that they went for the challenge.
Yeah, I was myself, really, if I'm honest.
Just wait there.
But they felt that there was an opportunity there, perhaps. Maybe they thought that they wasted a play by going down that short side in a desperation. Just knew they were in a good part of the field that they hadn't been for so long. Tavita Pangai Jr., just look at that. 15-metre carry. See what the Dragons have been doing well in the second half.
He's back in the side after missing the last 2 games. 5th on the Super League offload chart with 37 after 24 rounds. Absolutely loves an offload. Into the last 17 minutes of the game, with Pangai Jr. now starting to express himself. The news from the sidelines is that Hugo Tisson, as you can see, is back on the field. He has passed his head injury assessment. And whoa! Straight into the game there, Hugo Tisson, with a smasher of a challenge on Jack Walker.
Yeah, timed beautifully.
Chimambe is tackled. And Davis gets it away to the right-hand side for Masters, who's dropped the ball again, and it's getting all very greasy here. Bournemouth coming away for it for Catalan Dragons. But the referee has had a good look at that one and has decided that the Catalan Dragons are right to celebrate.
Well, as the rain comes pouring down here once again, it's Ethan Masters who this time loses the ball. And Deneen Barmford, sorry, is in the right place at the right time to scoop this ball up. You just get a sense, Fraser, that one is going to hurt the Red Devils. Just see, there's nothing doing again here. It carries back to the middle of the field and just spills the ball. Barmford reacts. and does well there to get rid of Connell, and then just slides over. And it's the Dragons who hit the front for the first time in this contest.
Oh, what an impact Denise Barmforth has made on this side, having come on in the second half. With the Dragons a man down, he has injected something special into their play. Speed, awareness, and on that particular account, a bit of opportunism.
Yeah, sure was. It's a loose carry from Easton Masters. Denise Barmforth registers the score, an important one as well, with just 15 minutes left on the clock.
Look at the rain coming down as well. You can see it on your picture there as Guillermo Aspiro-Bichet lines up his kick. The ball is going to get more and more greasy, as was shown there with Easton Masters dropping it. And the pitch is going to get more slippery as well. So in a game where we've already seen plenty of mistakes, we can probably expect a few more. Aspiro-Bichet slides this one through, and Catalan Dragons now 6 points in front and looking a lot happier than they did when they went into the sheds at half-time.
Yeah, they certainly have, and it's because of how they've dominated field position. Again, that is just a loose carry from Easton Masters, but it's the fact that they're coming out of that end of the field that presents opportunities, and Barmforth is there just to strike.
Time in, boys. Time you run. Stay on here, fellas. Time it.
Well, we're inside the last 15 minutes now, and the Dragons lead by 6 points in this game, as Tisson, who'd run himself back into the game very, very quickly, having passed his HIA, made a big impact. And here is the one who's made an even bigger impact, Denise Barmforth, as he gets this one off to Paul Seguier. Da Costa took a bit of a whack in the tackle there. Barmforth gets it away quickly for Pangai Jr. 3 needed to bring him down. Just over 18 stone to beat Pangai Jr.
In the 10. Move back.
Certainly wouldn't want him running at me. Garcia in the tackle as Da Costa comes away with it. 2 in the middle. Justin Sangal is one of them. He's also just over 18 stone. As Rouget gets the one away, and Chimambe uses his feet to start with. So sensible in these conditions. Ball like a bar of soap now. Salford in possession of it at the moment, though. Jack Walker does well to keep hold. And just as I say that, he's let it go. Masters, though, will pick up the loose ball. Referee barking at the Catalan Dragons players to get up and get on with the game. The Chan comes away with it for Salford. Jackie Chan, another one of those players who will probably enjoy seeing an extended run of play towards the back end of the season, if at all possible. As Davis gets it through the middle. Decent run through from Dan Russell. Da Costa in with the challenge. Da Costa getting the boos from the home fans. As Milnes again releases it high through the middle. Aspiro-Bichet does well to pouch that one, but he's quickly held back by the Salford defence.
Yeah, decent set there from the Red Devils. Just this time it's their turn to drop the ball 10 metres away from their opposition try line. To meet to Pangai Jr. They're offside as well. You just can't afford to do that. If you're going to try and get back into a contest, you need to be really clean, especially there. Being a metre offside, you're better off being a metre behind. It's not going to affect the outcome of your collision. You're just trying to get ahead of the referee, then he spots it. And the Dragons are just able to put boot to ball and just clear their own end of the field.
Referee just having a few words with some of the Salford players as well, just saying there's a little bit too much chat going on from one or two of them.
Come on, Sam.
No surprise, perhaps, that one or two are not happy with the way things are going.
Don't go early. Don't go early. Go on.
Barmforth. Sirinen, Navaret rather, flipped over. As Tisson comes away with it. Sangar in amongst the tackle. That's Barmforth again to Da Costa. Seguier. Again, the Catalan Dragons slowly but surely creeping their way closer and closer to the Salford line.
I think there's another try in here for the Dragons in the next couple of sets with ball in hand.
Last tackle on this occasion, though, as Tisson goes for that high hoisted one again. Chaos at the back once more. But they've done well there, Salford, to come away with it. Declan Murphy trying to quickly start that 7-tackle set. As Chamambe comes away with it now. They're almost at the halfway line. It's a good return, this, from Salford. Can they do something with it? As Mills go down under the tackle. Davis waits just behind him. Sense of urgency about the Red Devils now, as they want to try and capitalise on this move. Leon Rouen.
6 again.
He's
here.
getting 6 again here. What an opportunity now for Salford. Walker's pass, not the best, but Masters has made the best of it. And he's coming away with possession, looking for the offload. 20 metres to go. Salford smell an opportunity as Mellor brings it back inside. Quick hands once more. Logan Lewis. 5 metres short of the line. Salford banging on the door in front of their supporters. Davis gets it away to the left-hand side. Down the short side they go. Declan Murphy bringing it in, shrugging off tackles, almost there. Inches short for the Salford Red Devils. As Davis again gets it away, chipped through towards the middle. It's a fist fight. The Catalan Dragons get it away.
Goodness me, last-ditch efforts. It was only a set ago I thought that it was the Dragons who were going to get over in the blink of an eye. Jack Walker is a whisker away from making this a game that could threaten to go the distance. It's a kick there from Milnes, a challenging one in and around that post area. But it's Bailey Sirinen who just does enough, head in the plate, and knocks that ball over the dead ball line. But there's 6 more here. Short drop out incoming here.
Espero Bichet it is who goes for it, and it is short, and they might get another bite of the cherry here. They've picked it up. Oh! Dan Russell taps it down for the Salford Red Devils. Is there another twist in this game?
No tackle.
Referee
and no
wants to have another look at this one. He says no try on the pitch. Let's go once again to video referee Aaron Moore.
So it's no tackle, and we've got an on-field decision of no try. So we'll go into the contest here. So the ball's in the air here. We can see who this comes off. So it goes backwards off Catalan, that goes backwards off Bailey Sirinen. So we'll play it through here. Then players are going towards the ball. They're all going towards the ball. And then we'll just look at the actions here of Mellor and Russell. You can see there Russell's left hand pushes Paul Segur out of the way, which doesn't let him get to the ball. Thank you, I've seen all I need.
So close for Salford Red Devils, but the actions of Dan Russell in pushing away Paul Segur mean that that is going to be chalked off. And the home fans don't like it.
Dan Russell, he looks bemused. He's competing for the ball. You just see the ball goes backwards here off Catalan, off Bailey Sirinen, and it's a contest, and there's just that slight nudge. It's deemed to have knocked the Catalan player off the ball. And Russell just nudging Paul Seguier out the way. The Salford crowd, they don't like it.
Well, they thought there was a pretty good chance there that they'd manage to get parity. But by contrast, the try is chalked off. And the Dragons have possession again, albeit fairly deep in their own half. Seguier. The natives are restless. They didn't like that decision at all, as Desiree. And the Dragons coming forward again. Benjamin Garcia. Tavita Pangai Jr. now over the halfway line, and they've made up good ground again here, the Dragons. Desiree. 3 in the tackle to bring him down once more. This is the last one. Barmforth gets it away quickly. Rouget with the kick. It's not gone very far, but it's put pressure on again. And Hugo Tisson, lovely float out towards Tavita Pangai Jr. just up against the line and shoved out of play. But pressure again from the Catalan Dragons.
Yeah, that kick in the air there was testing for Chamambi. He doesn't deal with it. Tisson gets the ball, releases Pangai Jr., who gets ushered over the sideline. It'll be Salford. He'll get an opportunity here. The time is against them at the moment. It's ticking away.
Joe, let's go!
But they're going to have to go 90 metres up the other end of the field here, Fraser, if they're going to get this game into Golden Point.
Derbyshire just did enough, didn't he, to haul Tavita Pangai Jr. out of play, which is no mean feat. Jackie Chan.
You go! Wait, stand up.
Walker, who's had a good game for Salford. Masters holding players off. So we've got just over 5 minutes remaining in this game, and it's down to you, Kyle, to make a decision on your Betfred player of the match. Don't tell us who it is just yet. We'll speak to that person in due course at the end of the game, but it might be a difficult decision, this one.
Yeah, there's not really been too many who have shone bright tonight. A game where a lot of the players have cancelled each other out, but there's been 1 or 2 solid performances out there. We've worked really hard tonight.
We've got yet another injury in this game. This time it's a Salford player. Trying to figure out exactly who it is, because he's completely covered up from where we are at the moment. Looks like it's Logan Lewis who's taken a knock here, and yes, it is. So he's having a bit of treatment. He was in the wars last week against Warrington, which is why he's got the headband on from last week. Referee just having words with some of the Catalan players as Logan Lewis gets back to his feet eventually. And yet another head injury assessment. I've lost count of the number of players that have gone off for that tonight, but it's been one of those games, hasn't it, where some mistakes have been made, conditions have been made difficult.
I think that's the 4th one of the evening. Lewis there, you just see when his head hits his back hits the floor, his head follows through. Just secondary contact with the ground.
Well, Logan Lewis going off, and that will be his game done, I suspect. Still 6 points in it. The Catalan Dragons lead as we go into the last 5 minutes of this game. Are the Catalan Dragons about to end a 7-game losing streak away from home? Tavita Pangai Jr. pushed out towards Rouget.
5. Move!
Barmforth again,
Hold.
waiting just
Hold.
behind him.
Yeah, I've got you. Go 5.
Caesarea is missed out. Tisson has gone for the drop goal, has he? He has. And it's good. Hugo Tisson just putting a little bit of breathing space between the Dragons and the Red Devils with a one-pointer.
It wasn't the cleanest of hit, but it's enough. And that there really just kills off this game. Any hope, any chance of Salford Red Devils taking this the distance. Just there, just skips by the right post and goes over. Hugo Tisson with a timely drop goal for the Dragons. To look at, they're going to collect their 3rd away win in season 2025. Smiles from Joe Tompkins and Navarrete from the bench.
Stay on, boys. Time your own. Time your own.
Well,
A win's a win, Fraser.
Tisson only made his first Super League appearance of the season last week against Wigan. So he's certainly taking his opportunity and scored what could well turn out to be a crucial drop goal there if the Catalans end up winning this game. But they're certainly in the driving seat at the moment as we go into the last 4 minutes of the game. Kotric short of the halfway line. Barmforth again. Incredible to think that this effort has been put in by the Catalan Dragons, having had a man sent off just before half-time in Frank Maria.
Yeah, that's probably something that we've glossed over, really, isn't it? In this second 40, they have been down to 12. And how often do you see that across all sports? When they lose a man, they seem to rise up in the performances as Tisson just looks to edge that ball over the sideline and just kill any kind of momentum that's left in this game for Salford.
It's all about running the clock down now, isn't it?
Yeah, it just disrupts any kind of flow. Paul Rowley just watching on there. I think he'd be disappointed because there was an opportunity for him and his team to really get hold of this game. Half-time come at a bad time really for them because the Dragons came out with perhaps a little bit of a different attitude. They were a bit more direct. And the Red Devils, they couldn't really just cope with it.
Salford still in possession then. This will be last chance saloon for them if they're to try and get anything out of this game. 7 points the difference now. Catalans lead as Declan Murphy tries to twist and turn his way through the Dragons' defence. Milne's pass does well to find Walker. Running back inside, bringing it back, shrugs off Cesar Roger. Setting up a chance here for Chimambi. Running back inside. Desiree in with the tackle. Davis plays it short for Milnes again. Mella offloaded to Masters. And Russell, great ball back inside for Masters. Great ball again, almost for Tiaki Chan. Well, that could be it as far as Salford are concerned. That's probably going to be the last chance they'll get.
Yeah, they've had some half opportunities in this second half. I just think the one where Milnes was kicking for Walker, and Siranen gets rid of it. Obviously, the no try from Dan Russell, and then that play there. They've had a couple of opportunities or half opportunities in this second half, but credit the Dragons, they've done enough and turned up when they've needed to on that play.
Surrender!
Kotric.
Stand! Wait, Tiaki. Wait. Tiaki! Tiaki! You're good now.
Seguier midway inside his own half.
Back. Hold me. Don't go early. Do not go early. Go for.
Barmforth lets it go to Desiree again.
5. On the row. Find the line. Go 5.
Tisson with the chip ball forward. Murphy coming away with it for Salford.
1. Move bang.
Time ticking away now inside the last minute. And this will be a welcome relief for Catalan Dragons in what's been a pretty poor stretch for them in recent weeks. ball is left and dropped down there. It'll be a 0 tackle. Well, Salford want to get this packed scrum quickly. They formed the scrum there, and they'll have, what, 4 seconds left to try and do something pretty special. The reality is that the game is lost, and Catalan Dragons taking their time. They don't seem bothered about forming this scrum at all, which probably comes as no surprise, really, given the position they're in. But off we go. Last chance here, as Murphy does well, gets it back into Walker. Walker with a kick towards the far corner. They're all chasing after this one. Has it gone out of play? They managed to keep it back in. Wow! Has Shamambi got a consolation score, which will pretty much be a sensational try. The referee on the pitch says yes, they have. But the last decision will go to Aaron Moore.
So we've got no tackle and we've got a try on field. So it's from a kick, so we're checking all chasers are onside. So it's kicked in, we know, we're pausing it on the foot, we know that all chasers to the left are onside, so we'll play it through here. And we'll just go close in here on this pat back from Derbyshire. For the best angles here. So the ball is in the field of play here, we'll keep going here. Still in the field of play, we're going slow on this. In the field of play, it's patted back, his feet are clearly in play. And then we're looking for our best angle here on the grounding. Picked up clean, and the ball's grounded. Thank you, seeing all I need.
Well, a bit of Harlem Globetrotters stuff from Derbyshire there, setting up Neil Chimambi to give Salford what will probably turn out to be a consolation try, but a try nonetheless to send the Salford fans home happy.
Yeah, probably the best try to watch, really. But the Dragons, the way they formed the scrum, they'd given up on the, they'd given up on the outcome of the game. They knew that the 2 points were in the bag, and it was a very laboured effort from the Dragons. They've switched off over on the other side of the field. The space is there, the kick over the top will take nothing away from Derbyshire.
Well, Milnes has kicked the conversion, and it makes the scoreline a great deal closer than it might have been. And how vital now is that drop goal from Hugo Tisson late on.
Yeah, as soon as he kicked it, I knew that the game was over. The way he'd been going, you didn't really see Salford scoring 2 tries, given that there was only 4.5 minutes left, and Tisson's drop goal. Again, I think, honestly, if the Dragons were in a 1-point ball game, I think they move a bit quicker than that from the scrum. Will take nothing away from the back from Jack Derbyshire to give